Hey guys, hope y'all are doing well today. I just want to go ahead and jump on this video so I can explain to y'all what we're doing with the activity today. So the activity we have for today is a matching activity that ties directly back into what we were learning last week with proportional versus non-proportional relationships. Okay? So this matching activity that we have set out for today, you have a sheet, hopefully, that has tables on it, graphs on it, and equations. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go through the table, create the equation from the table, and match that table to its graph. After you have all those three, you're going to put in your recording sheet and then move on to the next question. Okay? So I'm going to explain what I mean by doing table number one with y'all. All right? So we got table number one right here. And I'm trying to find out what is the equation that is best represented by this table. Now, the easiest way that I can do that is by setting up this formula, k equals y over x. Because remember, we're talking about proportional tables today, okay? So this formula, k equals y over x, is used so I can find my rate of proportionality. Now, for those of y'all that don't know yet, rate of proportionality and slope are very, very, very similar, okay? Now, after we find our k, we're going to put it back into the equation y equals k x. Okay? So let's go ahead and find k first. And the only way I can find k by using this formula is y over x. So let's look at this first set of numbers. My y value is 3 and my x value is 1. So I'm going to set it up. 3 divided by 1 and 3 divided by 1 is 3. Let's go to our next set of numbers. 3, 9. So 9 is my y value, 3 is my x value, so 9 goes on top, 3 on the bottom. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And lastly, we have 7 and 21. So 21 is my y value, 7 is my x value, that goes on the bottom. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. So because my ratio of y over x for all the numbers in the table equaled the same thing, was 3. This is a proportional table. So I found my rate of proportionality. I found my k. It equals 3. So now when I pop it back into this equation, it's going to look like y equals k, which we know now is 3. So y equals 3. So we found the table, or excuse me, we didn't find the table, but we have our table. We found the equation that represents this table. Now we're going to match it to the graph. So let's go back to all the graphs that we have. And let's scroll down to where we can find our own. There we go. So I'm looking, and real quick, let me go back to my table to find where my points are at. So my first point should be 1, 3. Then 3, 9, 7, 21, so on and so forth. So 1, 3, let's see. I'm looking. Do I see one where 1, 3 is there? And, looks like I found one. Let's double check. To me, looks like I'd be a good candidate for this graph. Okay? But let's double check. I'm going to go. All right, so 1, 3. Okay, yep, there's a point there. And let's go back to our table. The next point was at 3, 9. Is there a point at 3, 9? Let's double check. Looks like the line is going through 3, 9. So we found our table. Now, one thing I want to point out to you real quick. And I'm going to highlight this point in green. Now, this point, 2, 6, well, if I go back to my table, 2, 6 was not involved in my table. So what is it doing over there on the graph? Well, let me double check if it belongs there on the graph. Let's double check if this point has the same rate of proportionality as the other points that are on this line. So, 2, 6. We got our x value. We got our y value. Let's go ahead and let's put in that formula that we used earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my K equals Y over X. My Y value is 6, so that's going to go on top. My X value is 2. 6 divided by 2, guys, is 3. So even though it wasn't involved in our table, right, because I don't see 2, 6 anywhere, they still have the same rate of proportionality. Okay? So this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the activity. I want you to go through the tables, find the equation that represents the table, and then match it to the graph. Okay? Record all that in your recording sheet and hand it to the sub on your way out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and message me on Canvas, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you all have a good one.